Initially, I was going to do a video thanking you guys for getting me to 100,000 subscribers, but much to your chagrin, I already have about 88,736 burner accounts. More importantly, I was able to convince my brother into making about 7,226 burner accounts himself. So granted, there's only about 5,000, give or take, accounts of you guys actually on here. So I'd like to thank you guys for subscribing and rocking with me. But no, in all seriousness, I'd like to thank every single one of you guys who happen to subscribe to the channel and get me over 100,000 subscribers. Now granted, this is a little bit overdue, granted that I passed the 100,000 subscriber mark about Tuesday, Wednesday as my phone goes off in the background. That is a classic Chiseled Adonis video. You can't have a Chiseled Adonis video without a phone going off or something happening in the background. But nonetheless, all right, we done got to 100,000. More importantly, when you look at my name on YouTube, it's no longer just plain the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual. Is now a check mark next to the name. I'm doing it with my face, but it's not really doing the check mark. In my mind, it's doing a check mark motion. But to you, it just looked like I was born with the wrong amount of chromosomes. But nonetheless, I am now the verified diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual. The Chiseled Adonis. We done got the damn check next to the name. Hopefully this is a way of, blocking myself from getting blocked. But obviously, we all know how my stuff gets down. It's only about T-minus 9 days till the end of the year. Channel might just mess around and be gone by that point, but we're not gonna speak it into existence. I'd just like to thank every single one of you guys for rocking with me this long. No matter whether you subscribe, you could be a phantom follower and just watch and don't subscribe. You could be somebody who just watches one video. It doesn't matter. Anybody who has ever viewed any piece of my content, shared any piece of my content, liked any piece of my content, commented on any piece of my content, anything of that nature, I truly do appreciate you guys, especially how long this journey has been for me. The peaks and valleys, the trials and tribulations, the ridiculous, arduous task it is to go and be a YouTuber nowadays. More importantly, I've been doing this for about 2 years and about 9 or 10 months, something like that. March 2016, April 2016, I cannot quite remember, but I know I have over 850 videos on here. I post ridiculously frequent, and to get to this point, it's humbling. I'm not one of those people who get a huge head about subscriber numbers on YouTube or the people watching my video. I really don't care for that. It's more of the engagement between myself and my audience, and it's just really cool that I'm able to be myself, whether I'm on the camera or I'm behind the microphone, whatever the case is, and people really like what it is that I put out there, because it's just me being me. And everybody who's been following me for over a year, you already know I at one point wanted to stop and didn't want to do this anymore. Not because it was becoming draining, but because I had different things that I wanted to do, and my mind was in a different place, and at the same time I didn't know if it was really working. But to see the progress, it's always slow progress. And the reason why I believe I got to this point, not only is the comedy enticing to you guys to where you guys keep coming back, but it's consistency, and you got to commit to the commitment of consistency, and then you start to really see progress, because you're always going to have adversity come your way. It's just you got to find a way to go through that adversity and now get to the point where you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. And I'm happy to have gotten this far, especially with the amount of different content sort of stuff, or I should say the different sort of topics I've covered in my content, ranging from the commentary on sports, whether football, NFL, whatever the hell it happened to be. Then you have the regular social commentary, which I haven't done in quite some time. The rants, gotta definitely get back to those. The small skits here and there. We're gonna start a new channel early in the year. I'll touch on everything on New Year's Day. The podcast that failed miserably last year, but actually going to bring that back in January as well. Intellectual Jackass Podcast coming January 2019. You guys can stay tuned for that. I'll keep you all posted January 1st. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff we're going to have going down moving forward. But I'm just so happy that we're able to get to 100,000 on this particular channel, because we already know I already eclipsed 100,000 before being on Facebook, but it's not the same feel. YouTube is much more of an intimate audience between the creator and the audience. in contrast to Facebook, where anybody can just be on it. It doesn't really feel that much of an accomplishment, but it's people nonetheless. The next step is to get Instagram there. Twitter is somewhat archaic now. Not too many people use it. It's not what it used to be, but those two, YouTube, Instagram, are the big two for me, and I'm just happy that I was able to get not only just verified, but 100,000 on here, and I'll be acknowledged by the YouTube community. They'll probably send a plaque to my house. I'll make a follow-up video for that. They'll probably end up taking down the channel by the time the plaque comes to the house. Let me stop being pessimistic about it. Let me just be optimistic that things will be on the up and up moving forward. But to close this out, I'd just like to thank every single one of you Homo sapien human beings that happen to be out there who clicked the follow button. Of course, there's some thought bots that happen to exist out there. Please send me a DM message so I can expose you to the public as the thought that you are. But we ain't talking about that right now. So every single one of you guys who hit the subscribe button, I truly appreciate you guys from the bottom of my soul, because the heart only pumps blood. A lot of people like to say bottom of their heart. What do you, that's just where a lot of blood exists. What's wrong with you? Just say the soul. The soul is more intrinsic going on. But then again, the heart is inside as well. What am I talking about? Let's just close this out with what I began this talk about. So I'd like to thank every single person who done hit the subscribe button and rolling with your boy, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. He is to 200,000 at the end of next year.